Hello everyone, I'm Michael from the Bantamweights, and today I'm bringing you another quick prediction video. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas fight, which is set to take place this weekend. In this video, I'm just going to look at what I believe both fighters need to do in order to win this fight, and then give you my overall prediction of who's going to do it and how I think they might do it. So, just to kick it off, I'll give you a little bit of analysis of Dillian Whyte and a bit of Oscar Rivas. I know Rivas isn't as well known with the UK, so I thought that'd be helpful to do. But anyway, we'll start with Whyte. So we're looking at his record, 25-1, 18 KOs, and that one knockout loss to Joshua. Very impressive record. Some real good names on Whyte's record now, and really proving to be an elite heavyweight within the division. So we know Whyte can bang. We've seen 18 KOs. There's a lot of talk about that left hook being the best in the division. We've seen it put down Chisora, Parker, Brown. His last three opponents didn't knock Joseph Parker out, but did put him down twice. Which considering AJ didn't do it once, is very impressive from Dillian Whyte. I think he's come a long way, Whyte. Showing that he's got more to his game than just that left hook and power, but also he's got that ability to box. He showed that, I believe, in the Chisora rematch, where Chisora was really looking for that brawl, looking for that war, as he says, but Whyte was having none of it, keeping him on the end of the jab, and was really impressive. And then when he found the big shot, he took it. And if you haven't seen that knockout, definitely go and check it out. It's one of the most brutal knockouts I've seen in a while. But a really impressive performance from Whyte, and I think it showed a real level of maturity from Whyte, that Chisora rematch. But anyway, then now going on to look at his opponent, Oscar Rivas. As I said before, he's not as well known in the UK, but I think he should be. Look at his record, 26-0. That's very impressive record. Clearly, he's coming to this Whyte fight to win. He's not been defeated before in the pro game, so I don't think he's going to be looking to do it now. Actually, quite a similar record to Whyte with the 18 KOs and a similar amount of wins. His last one was against Brian Jennings. He knocked him out, I think, in the 12th. I think it was the last round actually. I think he was actually down on points. But then was able to get the TKO. So I think that says again a lot about Rivas' power. He's a big puncher like Whyte. Again 18 KOs. So that might play a big role in the Dillian Whyte fight. Maybe that might be a big part of his game, looking for that knockout against Whyte. But anyway, just a little bit more about Rivas. He's got a great amateur pedigree. He's fought Pulev in the amateurs, and actually fought Andy Ruiz, and beat Andy Ruiz in the amateurs. So it says a lot about him. Shows he's a talented fighter, and he's also ranked. I'm pretty sure he's ranked top 10 in all the boxing bodies. So overall, we don't need to question the level of this opponent. He's a very dangerous fighter. So even if you haven't heard of him, it's a big risk from Whyte, and he's a really good fighter. But anyway, now I'm going to move on to how I believe both these fighters are going to win this fight and what possibly could be their game plans. So starting off with Dillian. The first thing to mention is Dillian is clearly the bigger guy. He's 6'4", and Rivas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure is 6 foot. So in boxing that is a big difference, and Whyte's also got the reach advantage, and I'm pretty sure a part of Whyte's game plan is going to be to play up to this and take advantage of this. And I think if Whyte can keep Rivas on the outside, keep pumping the jab, and using his boxing ability that he showed in the Chisora fight, I think he will be on to get the W in this fight. I think Rivas is going to want to draw him into a bit of a brawl, a bit of a scrap, similar to the Chisora rematch. But I think Whyte has shown the maturity now, and he's got the stamina, which could be questionable with Rivas. I haven't seen a lot of his fights, but from what I have seen, he's a big, clunky man. Being that size and carrying all that muscle is going to take it out of you. But Whyte is shown countless amount of times that he is a 12-round fighter, and I reckon he'll be able to keep pumping that jab and keep the work rate up for the 12 rounds. And I reckon probably, I don't want to give my prediction away just yet, but probably go for the points decision from Whyte. But I think that will probably be Whyte's game plan. And possibly, you know, if Rivas gets tired towards the end, look for the knockout. As you know, it looks like Whyte does retain his power right to the end of the fight. So I think that might play a big role. You know, keep working his jab, and if he sees that left hook, an opportunity for that left hook, I'm sure he'll try and land it. Anyway, moving on to how I think Rivas is planning on winning this fight, or you know, his game plan. Again, I've watched a few of Rivas's fights, and what I've seen from him is he likes to tuck up tight. You know, for a heavyweight, he is, as I've said before, he is quite small, so it's easy to defend most of his body. So he likes to have a high guard and tuck up quite tight. Because of his the lack of his reach, should I say, he does like to fight on the inside. So I'm sure for the Whyte fight, it's going to be the battle of who can keep the other in the place they want him to be. Can Whyte keep the distance, or / can Rivas get on the inside? I reckon Rivas is literally going to try and sit in front of Whyte for most of the fight and try and counter with some big hooks, especially looking for that overhand right on Whyte. And I reckon, you know, I think Rivas's big opportunity here, or big chance, is to get in front of Whyte, you know, counter him with a shot, hurt Whyte, and then hopefully draw Whyte into a bit of a slugfest. And that's where I think Rivas will probably be the most dangerous. From what I've seen of Rivas, you know, he, as I keep saying, he's a big puncher, but also he likes to fight in spurts. From what I've seen, you know, he throws good combination, and so it would benefit him to get Whyte into a bit of a slugfest where you know, he's uptight and then can throw a few punches and then hopefully, you know, knock Whyte out, which I reckon is Rivas's plan going into this. But you know, overall, looking at my final prediction, you know, I've kind of given it away already. But I by no means I don't think Rivas has a chance. I think Rivas definitely has a chance going into this fight. But if I was a betting man, I'd definitely put my money with Whyte. I think he's just a tiny level above Rivas, and has been tested in a few more bigger fights than Rivas has against, you know, higher caliber opponents in Joseph Parker, for example. And I think Whyte's going to be able to jab Rivas's head off. I think he's got the maturity to avoid that scrap that, you know, the old Dillian Whyte would probably be worried about him getting involved in. And I think I'm going to go with overall a points decision for Whyte. I think I wouldn't take a knockout off the cards for Whyte, you know, late stoppage, but I'm going to play it safe and probably say a points. Rivas looks like a durable opponent, but you know, we'll have to see. I won't be shocked if Rivas does pull off the upset. You know, he's definitely the underdog going in, but you know, I wouldn't write him off by no means. He's a strong puncher and a very good opponent. But we'll have to see. But that's my overall prediction for the Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas fight. I hope you've enjoyed the prediction in this video. If you have, please drop a like and follow me at British Boxing Beef. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.